Hey, Coach, fourth year. Is there anything better than having two ledger walkers on your team? I mean, what's better than that?
I don't know. There's always probably more on down the pipeline, so you never know. But it's a great spot to be in. You know, real thankful and grateful that Crystal chose to come back. Clearly, Charlize, being as young as she is and as dynamic as she is, I mean, knowing that you have her for a few more years, that you know, you eliminate some gray hair in that department. But what a great tandem.
Did you sweat it out at all, or did you think Crystal was coming back? How was that process for you personally?
Well, if you know Crystal at all, you know, I think we all thought she was, because it was like, she doesn't want to go get a job. I don't think she wants to do things like that. Like, you know, but I wouldn't say that she's just loved school either. So, and she was done with school. She had graduated. So getting her to figure out, you know, a master's program and where she could go and get a direction there. I think when that fell into place, you know, it was a no-brainer, and certainly for our team, you know, we obviously needed her to come back.
Kamie, last year on January 10th, I was sitting at home watching your game against Arizona, and as the game unfolded, you eventually won 71-69, and I watched your bench, and I watched your players, and I watched you, and my first thought was, they're a Kamie Ethridge team. That's what they look like. What was that game? What did it mean to where you guys were trying to get to last year?
Well, I think it's just, you know, the thing that I would say most about the team now, 3 years in, 4 years in, is, you know, they do take on kind of our coaching staff's personality. And I think the great thing is they've really grown in the IQ department and the feel for the game and how to move the ball around and create plays for one another and themselves. And we didn't have the ball stuck a lot early in our starting, you know, coaching there. And I think just seeing that development, seeing you get great players like the Ledger Walkers, you get kids in your program 3 years later, and the development of all of that really leads to, I think, high-level basketball and how we want to play and how we have to play to be successful. So, yeah, we want to be gritty. Yeah, we want to be passionate. We have to be so fundamental and so hardworking. But we have to play with a lot of IQ, because we can't rely just on talent. We don't have enough of that.
But it is the attention to detail. It's spacing, and it's unselfishness that is the style of play that you guys play. But the thing that just screamed at me was your bench and your players, their enthusiasm and how bought in they were, each and every person, to, oh my God, we're doing this together. And it just was from number one to the end of the bench. And that's not an always easy thing to pull together. It's
not. It's not easy to be on a team where a freshman comes in and plays the entire game and takes minutes away from kids that have been in their program 2 years. And it's a credit to our culture and growing that and being so for each other, so bought in. I love that word that you used. It's how we have to be. I think we respect our opportunities. We've got a lot of internationals that dreamed of coming to America and that love their opportunity to represent Washington State. And we want to be passionate. We want to be hardworking. We want to leave it all on the floor. And it doesn't matter what position you play in what role. We want to exude that.
You know, one word that means everything to basketball players is NCAA. NCAA. Yeah. And to achieve that, when you saw your name, you've played on great teams, you've coached great teams, but NCAA and Washington State University has not been said together very often.
Twice.
Yeah. I mean, what was that moment like when it actually happened?
Yeah, I mean, I think we sweated it out. You know, we lost a little steam late in the season, and I think we obviously needed that win at the Pac-12 tournament to beat Utah. And, you know, you don't know if you get in if you don't do that. Right. So it was a big point in our season, and I think we all felt first maybe relief. Coaches at least felt relief. I think the kids immediately felt happiness and joy and jumping up and down and all that you saw on TV. But you know, it's a statement for us. It is. You have to have your eyes on bigger prizes. I don't know that you can be very successful in coaching anywhere if you don't make NCAA tournaments. It needs to be something that we do every year. Postseason play. Top 25. There's so many more kind of notches on the ladder that we got to keep building on. But certainly, you know, we haven't had a winning tradition, so we need to change that. And we started that tradition last year.
And the Ledger Walkers are great. Your guard play is great, but you don't go anywhere in basketball unless you've got an inside post game that can get it done. Your young post really came of age last year. Just give us a little background on their offseason and where they're going to help take you.
You know, I think Bella Marekatete gets the most, you know, she plays the most minutes. probably our most athletic player on the team. I think you'll see night and day difference in her development, her footwork, her attention to detail, her, ability to really finish and instead of being like on that inconsistent roller coaster, I think you'll see a more consistent scorer and player for us. But we have to build around that. We may not always be two posts on the floor. We may be more forward guard lineup. Emma Nankervis is really coming along and will give really great minutes behind Bella. And, Jessica Clark's going to be a good player for us. And we're excited about a freshman that we have coming in, and Tara Wallach. I think she's going to provide an offensive punch off the bench. And, again, I think we have a little more depth, and that bodes well and makes us be a little bit more competitive late in the season.
Well, we're excited to see it. Ash, it's a big years coming here in Washington State.
Yeah, good stuff, Mary. Thank you so much. And obviously, before we go, want to take a moment and acknowledge the loss of one of the all-time great Cougs this past summer, June Doherty, a terrific mom, mentor, coach, friend, passed away at the age of 64. A proud Buckeye. She had a combined 22 years as head coach at Washington and Washington State. On behalf of our Pac-12 family, we send condolences to Mike, Doc, and Bree.